Zack Snyder's Justice League. That this film carries that title is proof of the incredibleness and sheer miracle that it exists at all. Never before has a movie came with the director's name before the film. And that's the whole point. This is Zack Snyder's Justice League. Where the original Justice League felt like a film made by committee, this is clearly one man's vision. And when the original was marred with terrible reviews, pure tragedy for Zack Snyder, and a mediocre box office, this truly compensates for all. Zack Snyder has taken a 2-hour hodgepodge of a plot and completely destroyed it. I can barely recognise the film that is inside this movie, the original. And it's probably best not to think of it like that, as the same film recut. It's far better to think of it as two separate movies with two very distinctive tones. In the first Justice League, as I refer to it, Joss Whedon brought his trademark witty charm, funny banter, and just tried to use his own perspective to bring the whole script up a bit. A little bit more funny, a little bit more fun. But the Justice League did not need that. And it sat jarringly next to the previous work of Batman vs Superman. And so when Zack Snyder recut his film and took something that was 2 hours and transformed it into 4, the tone is pitch perfect. Unlike Marvel films, where it's joyful with a little bit of bleakness to bring the families in, this is bleak with a little bit of joy. You can feel with Batman, Wonder Woman, Flash, Aquaman, and Cyborg, there's not really much hope they're going to survive or make this. They're not really thinking they're going to pull through. And if you think about that, that is where a film like Justice League really does depart from Marvel movies. I've always said that DC's comics and films are dramas about people who wear capes, as opposed to Marvel, which are very clearly superhero films. If you take the Batman out of Batman, you still have an incredible movie. If you take the Captain America out of a Captain America, you got nothing. And that's a distinctive difference to make, and one that you really do feel personified when you watch Zack Snyder's cut. I know fanboys are going to drool over this film, and I know haters are going to hate over this film. That is what they do by their very nature. But let me come at a different angle. Let me propose to you that this is a film that was remade after a man was grieving for the loss of his daughter. Now, that's something amazing in itself. Forget the film, that is an amazing feat to do. And that we as fans have made this happen. We as fans have petitioned as hard as possible, as hard as humanly possible, to make this film happen, and now it is a reality. It's something else to be, well, marvelled. Is the film pure old tosh that's completely self-indulgent? Yes, at times it is. It's Zack Snyder, what do you expect? Does the man make every single scene he possibly can go in slow motion, probably just to drag out the runtime, but also to go, look at me, like a child? Yes, of course, it's Zack Snyder, what else do you expect? Does he bring the heaviness and gravity that a film like the Justice League needs? Yes, it's Zack Snyder, what do you expect? He did Watchmen. This is Zack Snyder's masterpiece, make no mistake. He has put all of himself into this, and in return, the cast have given themselves back to him. The performance between Henry Cavill in this version and the original are polar opposites. In the original Justice League, Cavill came across like he was bored, uninterested, and not needed. Where this, he seems engaged, hopeful, and truly deep. Each character wrestles with the complexities of who and what they stand for, why they do these things. Of course, the greatest addition to this is the whole entire subplot with Cyborg. Zack Snyder said that he was the heart of the movie, and you really can tell. He is the man who gets the most screen time. And by the closing credits, we have been given literally everything that we could have ever hoped for. Everything we ever wanted was inside this one film. And in Justice, it's a 4-hour movie, so what do you want? It had to have everything, otherwise it would have been a total failure. But to me, that's irrelevant. To me, that makes no sense at all, because you could put any film together and go, that's a 4-hour film. The tonal shifts might be different, but it'd still be one movie. So if this is one movie, 2 movies, a mini-series, 10 episodes, a comic book run, all irrelevant. All that matters is that this film stands for something. And it stands for that a man who lost the most precious thing in the world to him can come back and find a passion for a project that he thought gone. And we as a society can encourage him and spur him on and inspire him. And in return, we will get something great. The Justice League finally delivers the justice that Batman, Superman, Wonder Woman, Aquaman, Man of Steel, The Dark Knight Rises, Batman vs Superman, all of those films have the pathos in this movie. And yes, the sequence with the Joker is tacked on at the very end. But when you watch what that man has done to Jared Leto's Joker, he's almost unrecognisable. It's a near screen stealing performance. You can see that Jared Leto has gone and meditated on that character that he performed in Suicide Squad a lot, because it's so much closer to Heath Ledger's. It's so much more a creepy, brooding psychopath, as opposed to a gangster crossed with Jim Carrey's Ace Ventura. And that's the point of the film, in a nutshell, is that gone is the fantastical. It's replaced with dulcet tones and sulking moments, looks that are never returned. In a 4-hour film, everyone gets more screen time, and everybody makes it count. There are golden little nuggets, there's Easter eggs, there's absolutely everything in this one movie. And I've seen a lot of films that are 3 hours long and been incredibly disappointing. If somebody says to me, I'm going to tack on another hour of Gladiator to make it the greatest film you've ever seen, who am I to say no? I don't want to say that the Justice League is the greatest DC film of the modern generation, ignoring all of the Christopher Nolan Dark Knight movies, but I'm struggling to say that it isn't, even compared to Marvel's outings. That's unfair. Marvel have had a literal decade to make this happen, with one man at the helm steering the entire ship. Justice League haven't had that. DC haven't had that. And if you need to know why too many cooks spoil the broth, just watch the original Justice League and then watch this. This is a drama about men and women who wear capes. That's what this film is, and it is beautiful for it.
It's all too beautiful. It's all too beautiful.